Recording and I'll share. Now 1 second, it is loading. So I have explained about like how to get the current user position with the latitude and longitude, right? And I want to display in the map. So that time how to implement I will show. Just uh, I'm clicking on get location. So we learned about this, right? We codes, latitude, longitude, and how to get. And that longitude and latitude, we should pass it to the Google Maps. We can see the image URL, right? And this is the HTTPS, this Google Maps link. And here we have to pass this latitude, longitude value. Okay, position coordinates latitude and position dot coordinates dot longitude. I'm clicking on it. It may slow, or else we'll copy the entire thing and we'll try it once in our local. Save as maps hypertext markup language and open with Chrome. It will take some time to load. Please wait. So we will see first how it is coming. So what we are doing was we created a form, simple form, input type button, and clicking on that we are calling this get location property. So what I told you, like get location, the method will be checking that navigator dot get location. If it is supported by that, then we'll be getting this current position. So that inside that this show location we are passing that, right? So inside the show location we have to pass this position property, and we are getting the latitude and longitude, and we are combining in the latitude and longitude, position dot coordinates dot latitude plus longitude, and we have to pass this to the Google Maps, Google Maps dot Google APIs, and the longitude and latitude value we should pass here. Okay, then we are appending it to the this document or get element by map holder, means this is the empty div we are created, right? We are appending that to that div. Inner HTML equal to image source equal to image URL. So this Google Maps is converted into the image. So that's why we are passing that image as a source to the image tag. Okay. It may somewhat slow. That's why it is not displaying. Sorry for that. Unexpected get location is not defined. Here also it is not coming. It's still loading. Some problem with this. Today I will rectify this and I'll show you with a good example like how to embed this latitude and longitude to the Google Maps. Okay, so you can see here, copy. We'll try to copy this and we'll check it in the browser directly if it is coming or not. Yeah, you can see, right? Some error is coming, but this is the Google Map. It will open. Okay, and we will get the position here. So with this I will show you in the tomorrow class, like in the Google Map. Okay, and we will learn about another topic, drag and drop. So as the name suggests, What is meant by drag and drop? Drag and drop means we are dragging one element and we are dropping into the another place. So when it will be used to, suppose you have some match the following or something, and you have to place some matched elements, like suppose living things or non-living things are there. So at the left side living things are there, you should drag all the livings to the living things column and non-living things element to the non-living column. So that purpose. Or if you want some drag and drop of some images to the particular thing, or if your project consists of like any tutorials or kind of thing, so that time this drag and drop will be useful. And also if you have any images or like files to upload in your website, so that time you can use the drag and drop. Just dragging and dropping to our web page, it will automatically grab the object and drop into our different location. We will go with one example. I'll show you the already done thing. HTML5 drag and drop. You can use the HTML5 for CSS3. You can refer the W3 schools only. Actually, this is more than enough to learn the complete HTML5 and 3SS3 tutorial. And we'll see this drag and drop example over here. See, I have this logo, right? This is the logo. I want to drag it to the inside this. So I've dragged and dropped in that box. So how should I implement this? So using the drag and property with the HTML5 API. So how I can implement? So you should already understand like this. Like for dragging the image, you should have an image, like one image, and for dropping that, we should have it some dropping location. So these two things we should add. Okay, and one text to understand the user, right? What is the purpose of the below text? So drag the W3 schools image into the rectangle. So this is the heading we are displaying, and you know what are the element needed to have this demo. Okay, and this is the div. So this div is nothing but this is the border, right, which consists of the border. So that is the div, and this image is, this is the AW3 school image. So before dropping, we have that image was by default here. So you can see the break tag also. Obviously it will be the after this div. So I will refresh it and will show you again. You can see here. Okay, and we have to how to implement this drag and drop. So for the image, right, so this is the image. So what should happen on drag start, it should drag. So for that we should add some properties to make it work it out. So what are the attributes we should give? Draggable equal to true, this should give. And on drag start, like what should happen on drag start? So we should create a event, drag event, that we are implementing here. So on drag start, and event we should pass here. Okay, this is the two things we should give to make the image draggable. Draggable equal to true. On drag start, the method we have implemented here, drag method, and event we are passing it here. Now we are passing the event, right? You no need to give the same name here. If you are giving the another name also, it will points to that element only. So don't confuse, like here it is passing event and here it is passing ev. Okay, you can pass other than ev also. It points to the same. Okay, this is the event dot prevent default means first statement is by default the what is the default behavior of the image or something, like it should not drag. So what we are doing, we are stopping this, we are preventing the event, prevent default. Now we have to make it draggable, right? So that's why we have to make event dot prevent default to stop the default behavior of some element. And we are creating one variable data equal to what we are creating. We are here we are passed the parameters, right? Ev dot data transfer dot get data of text. So what is the what we are doing? Data transfer. We are making the data transfer, and this is the syntax. Data transfer dot get data of text, and ev dot target dot append child. So this method, right? So ev dot data transfer dot get data, set data, these are the default methods. Okay, this is the way we have to use data transfer dot get data of text, and ev dot target dot append child of document dot get element by id of data. So on drop, this method is calling, we are on drag. For the drag, what should happen? So drag is the method, this method we are implementing here, drag. So on drag, so for the image we are calling this drag. Okay, means we have to drag that event dot data transfer dot set data of text event dot target id. So on starting of this drag, we are setting that data text to the event dot target id. What is the this id? What is this id? Drag one, right? We are setting everything into the text. Okay, we are getting everything from this image that with the target id, and we are setting that into the text. Now on drop, so you can see the container here, right? This is the container to grab that event, to grab that image. On drop, on drop equal to drop event. 1 second. On drop, what should happen? On drag over, allow drop of event, means it should allow this image to be placed here. This is the container, right? It should allow, right? So for this container, on drag over, allow drop of event. Okay, and what is the, this method is implemented here, allow drop and event, and we are stopping the prevent default. By default it won't accept the dropping of another element into the present things, right? So we are stopping the default behavior. Okay, and on drag, so sorry, drag, we already, what we have done with the drag, we are setting everything into the text. And on drop, what should happen? On drop, ev dot data transfer dot get data, now we are setting it, and from here we should get that everything, right? So get data of text, we are getting it, and then whatever we are doing, ev dot target of append child of. So for this element, we are appending this element as a child to this element. Okay, that is the one thing. Okay, so you understand, right, what I'm saying? So you have to make some drag and drop. First, for the image, we should give draggable equal to true, and on drag start we should get that everything, and you should set the data to some variable like this. Okay, on drag start we should get that into, and we need to set that into one thing using this id, event or target of id. Now for dropping, for the container, we have to make is on drop or allow drop. We should make that drop should work, right? So that's why we are making allow drop, and this method we are implementing here, allow drop of event. So by default behavior we are removing it because it should accept, right? So that's why. And on drop, so here you can see on drop equal to drop event, and inside the drop event here everything we should pass the event. Don't forget that. On drop, what should happen? In this container should grasp that element, right? For that we should use get data, the ev dot data transfer dot get data of text, and then we should append this element to the parent container using this append child property. And I think it may confuse to you, but once you are done with the JavaScript, it will be easy. Just to follow the documentation you have, and you can change like whatever you want. Okay, and just do the smart work instead of the hard work. Next, what we will learn, this is the drag and drop, the main topic. Actually we don't use that much, but we have to learn. We need to know like what is the HTML5 API consist of, and we have the web storages. So in the name itself we have the meaning. Web storage means to store the data from the client side. We can make use of this HTML5 web storages. So there are different type of storages available in our HTML5. If you are coming if you have to store some data at the client side, then you have to use the local storage or session storage, local or session storage. And if you have to save some data at the server side, right, you can make use of the cookies over here. So depends on the requirement, we can make use of either this or this. Okay, so what is a what is meant by local storage and what is meant by session storage? So local storage means it stores the data for a long time, like with no expiration date. If you want to store some data, then you can go with this local storage. And session storage means if you have to store the data for one session only, like when you close the browser or close the app, if you want to remove some data, right, so that time you can go with the session storage. So there are some pros and cons also. If you are using the local storage and after using of that you may forgot to remove, so that time the security breaches will happen. But coming to the session storage, when you are using it and when you do the logout and when you close the browser or tab, right, so that time automatically the data will be removed. That is the use of the session storage. Okay, and we have a cookies also. So cookies is nothing but from the client side to the server side, you want to store something, some data, some token or something. That time you can go with the cookies. And compared to the storage capacity, right, the local storage has more capacity than the session storage and cookies. Okay, and compared to local and session, in this both, local storage have some more capacity than the session storage. And we will learn about like how to create a local storage and session storage items. So if you have to create any local storage item, right, you have to go like this: local storage dot set item. Set item is the property method name to create any local storage item. Set item of item name comma item value. I want to store some first name, and I want the value as my name or something, Shreya. Okay, I want to store this data at the client side for long time. Then you can go with this local storage dot set item of item name comma item value. And copy this and paste it here. Sorry. Local storage means S should be capital. Local storage dot set item of. Now this local storage was created, and a console.log local storage dot get item. Sorry, S should be capital. So now you got this, right? So if you have to store some data permanently, then you can go with this local storage. So not only you can access this local storage item in our current browser, you can also access from the another browser also, or you can access with the another tab also. Now you can check on the console here also, because I get item of first name. So actually it should access enter the like other tabs also. Okay, and if I'm running only in the console, right, if I'm going with the programmatic way, maybe it will support in other tabs and other browsers also. We'll try this out in the here. So we'll comment this out. If you want to comment the JavaScript, right, you should follow like this, slash asterisk and end here. Okay. So in the script only we can add local storage dot set item will copy first. In the other browsers we have, right. So this is the page. First we will see what why it is coming or not. This is the first name, right? If I have a first name, okay, local storage get item, and this is the maps.html. And remove this. See, you are getting it, and we'll try to use it in another page also. So another page is our media page, no? So if you want to add a script, right, just add a script element, script tag here, script open and script close, and we'll try to use this local storage item in another file. First we will check in maps it is coming or not. It is coming. Now we will refresh it, and in another file we'll try to use. Save it. This is the maps, and we'll open the video. Which file it is? Media. Now you can see, right? So even though we created, see, even though we created this what local storage item in this file, no, maps.html we created, no, this one local storage dot set item of first name, and we are console log is the name to check the output, like what we are writing, console log. Okay, for developer sake only we'll be using this, and if you are deploying your application, we should have remove everything. For checking up for our purpose only we'll be using this console log. So this is the first, like some text to remember, like we are displaying the first name, right? That's why we are giving the first name. You can type anything you want to remember, and here whatever we are giving the method local storage dot get item of, and what is the variable name over here? First name, right? So we are doing like this, local storage dot get item first name, and in the media you can see only the one line itself. We are not setting the item here, just we are getting it. We are using the local storage which is already there in the browser, so that's why we are using local storage dot get item of the item name. Okay, so you need to remember the two methods. What are they? Set item and get item. Set item is a property name to set, like to create a local storage item we use this set item method, and to access that local storage item we'll be using this get item method. Okay, and how we are creating the set item get item, we having this remove item method also. Remove item method is to remove the local storage item, and when you are creating the local storage item, always remember to remove that item. Like if you are not removing the element, the local storage item, it will be available in all the browsers in your like in your computer, so security breaches will happen. Okay, that is the reason when you are using the local storage item, you should remove once you are using of that. Now we have the session storage. We will create a session storage item. So what is the session storage? As the name suggests, it will be available to that particular session itself. Means in the tab only. Set item. So here you can give session storage item. So first last name we will give here, session storage. It is a variable name. Don't add the spaces here. Session storage. L name I have given, session storage L name, and this is Karthik I will give, and I will access this session storage dot get item of the variable name should be equal. So set item means this is the, here we are setting the variable name, here we should get that item, get item. Okay, now open the maps.html and try. Here you can see session storage L name Karthik. So in the same file we are getting it. So we will see in another file we can access this or not. So copy it and paste it in the media.html. Here you can specify something to remember, like from another file, calling session storage item, and here you need to give session storage dot get item of. Okay, now go to the media.html. Here you can see from another file calling the session storage item. Here you can able to see the null, right? Means what? Session storage item won't be accessible outside of this tab. It will work only to the current tab itself. It won't be work to the another tab. So that is the use of session storage. And what is the local storage? If you are creating any local storage, so first name is the local storage item we have created, right? So when you create any local storage item, it will available throughout the tabs in the browser. Not only you can see first name Shreyan here also, and I'll open the another browser also, like Firefox or Safari. Like all the browsers can access that local storage item. I don't have the Firefox. Maybe in IEH it may or may not work. So that is the purpose. Like local storage means if you want to access something between the browsers also, you can make use of this local storage. And if I'm opening the IEH, and here also if you want to open the inspect element, just right click and you can see the inspect, and you can see over here, and you can see the console here. Copy this. Sorry, what is this? Media. So first we'll try to get that sessions, sorry, local storage. Okay, console local storage dot get item of first name we will try here. Where is the console? This here, and remove the unwanted things. And I think we should run that file inside this. Open with the IE max. Okay, it was slow, I think. So you can remember that if you want to store the data permanently, and if you want to access something within the browsers also, you can go with the local storage. And session storage means if you want to store something within the particular session, then you can go with the session storage. When you close the tab or close the browser, the data will be lost. So that is the session storage. And after using of that, don't forget to remove the item using the remove item method. So this is very important question. In interviews they may ask this. So I'm going to end the session. Till now, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. If you don't have any doubts, you can leave. But be communicative. Like if please talk to me. Like if you have any doubts, don't hesitate to ask me. Avinash, Anusha, Kirti, Sri Lakshmi, Samrim. If you have any doubts, let me know. I'm ending the session now. Okay, thank you.